Hey everyone, Alex here. Before we dive deep into the rabbit hole of money, AI, and crypto, I have something for you. It's a gift. Stick around to the end, and I'll tell you how you can get my crypto starter pack for free. It's a simple checklist to help you get started safely and confidently. Think of it as your personal map for this new financial world we're about to explore together. This journey can seem complicated, but my goal today is to break it all down. We're going to make it simple, clear, and maybe even a little bit fun. Are you ready? Let's get into it. The world of money is changing faster than ever before. It feels like just yesterday we were talking about credit cards as the next big thing. Now, we have computers that can think, and currencies that exist only on the internet. It can feel overwhelming, I get it. You hear terms like blockchain, neural networks, and decentralization, and it sounds like a completely different language, but here's the secret. It's not as complicated as it seems. The core ideas are actually pretty simple once you strip away all the jargon. My promise to you is that, by the end of this, you'll feel much more comfortable with these concepts. Think of this as a conversation between us. I'm not here to talk down to you from some ivory tower of finance. I'm just a guy who's fascinated by this stuff, and I've spent years learning, making mistakes, and figuring out how it all works so I can share it with you. We're going to look at what artificial intelligence, or AI, really is. We'll talk about what cryptocurrency is, and why everyone from your cousin to the biggest companies in the world is talking about it. Most importantly, we'll connect the dots and see how these two powerful technologies are teaming up to completely rewrite the rules of money. So grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's talk about the future. A future that you can be a part of. We're going to explore how you can save, spend, and invest in ways that were impossible just a few years ago. We'll cover the exciting opportunities and the things you need to watch out for. This isn't just about technology. It's about giving you more control over your own financial destiny. We are witnessing a massive shift, and being informed is your best tool. Let's start at the beginning with the first piece of the puzzle, AI. So, what is AI? When you hear artificial intelligence, you might picture a scene from a sci-fi movie. Maybe you think of robots taking over the world or super smart computers that can outthink any human. And while that makes for great entertainment, the reality of AI today is a little more practical and a lot less dramatic. At its heart, AI is simply about creating computer systems that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. This includes things like learning from experience, recognizing patterns, understanding language, and making decisions. It's not about consciousness, it's about capability. Let's break it down even further. Think about how you learn. When you were a child, you learned to recognize a cat by seeing many different cats. Your brain saw a furry animal with 4 legs, a tail, and pointy ears. And someone said, "That's a cat." After seeing a few more, you started to recognize the pattern. AI learns in a very similar way, but on a massive scale. We feed it huge amounts of data, thousands, even millions of pictures of cats, and it learns to identify the patterns that define catness. This process is often called machine learning, and it's the engine behind most of the AI you interact with every day. You're probably using AI right now without even realizing it. When Netflix suggests a movie you might like, that's AI analyzing your viewing habits and comparing them to millions of others. When you ask Siri or Alexa for the weather, that's AI understanding your voice and fetching the information. Even the spam filter in your email is a form of AI, constantly learning to identify what's junk and what's important. It's not one single all-knowing brain. Instead, it's a collection of specialized tools designed to solve specific problems by finding patterns in data. So, when we talk about AI in finance, we're not talking about a robot banker sitting behind a desk. We're talking about using this powerful pattern recognition ability to analyze financial data. Think about it. The world of finance is nothing but data. Stock prices, transaction histories, credit scores, market trends. It's a massive ocean of information. For a human, sifting through all of that to find a meaningful insight is nearly impossible. But for an AI, it's exactly what it was built to do. It can see the ripples in the water that we would miss. Now that we know what AI is, let's see how it's already changing the world of finance. It's working behind the scenes, making things faster, smarter, and more secure for you. One of the biggest ways AI helps is in fraud detection. Your bank or credit card company uses AI to learn your normal spending habits. It knows where you usually shop, how much you typically spend, and what time of day you're active. So, if a charge suddenly appears for a large amount of money in a different country at 3 a.m., the AI flags it instantly as suspicious. It can then alert you or even block the transaction automatically. Another huge area is personalized banking and financial advice. In the old days, getting investment advice meant booking an appointment with an expensive financial advisor. Today, we have robo-advisors. These are AI-powered platforms that ask you about your financial goals, your age, and your comfort with risk. Then, they use that information to build and manage a diversified investment portfolio for you, all for a fraction of the cost of a human advisor. They automatically rebalance your investments and look for opportunities, working 24/7 to keep your money growing according to your plan. It's like having a personal finance expert in your pocket. Credit scoring is also being transformed by AI. Traditionally, your credit score was based on a few simple things, like your payment history and how much debt you have. This system can be unfair to people who are new to the country, or who don't have a long credit history. AI can look at a much wider range of data to get a more accurate picture of someone's financial responsibility. It can analyze things like your utility bill payments or your cash flow to determine if you're a good candidate for a loan. This helps more people get access to credit who would have been unfairly rejected by the old system. Finally, AI is the engine behind high-frequency trading in the stock market. This is where powerful computers use complex algorithms to analyze market data and make millions of trades in fractions of a second. They can spot tiny price movements and act on them faster than any human ever could. While this world is mostly for big institutional investors, its effects trickle down to everyone. This AI-driven trading increases market efficiency and provides liquidity, which means it's generally easier for regular people like us to buy and sell stocks quickly and at fair prices. AI is the invisible hand guiding much of the modern financial market. Alright, we've covered AI, now let's switch gears to the other main character in our story: cryptocurrency. You've definitely heard of Bitcoin, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. So what is a cryptocurrency? In the simplest terms, it's digital money. It has no physical form like a dollar bill or a coin. It exists only as data on a vast global computer network. Think of it like the money you have in your online banking app, but with some very important differences. Unlike the money in your bank, which is controlled by the bank and the government, cryptocurrencies are designed to be decentralized. What does decentralized mean? It's the key idea behind all of crypto. Imagine a traditional bank. The bank keeps a central ledger, which is just a big record book of every transaction. If you send money to a friend, the bank updates its ledger to show you have less money and your friend has more. The bank is the central authority in control of that ledger. In the world of crypto, there is no central authority. There is no bank. Instead, the ledger is copied and shared across thousands of computers all over the world. This shared public ledger is called the blockchain. When a new transaction happens, it gets bundled into a block with other recent transactions. This block is then sent out to everyone on the network. The computers on the network work together to verify that all the transactions in the block are legitimate. Once verified, the block is added to the end of the chain, creating a permanent, unchangeable record. This is the blockchain. Because the record is stored in so many places at once, it's incredibly difficult for anyone to cheat the system or alter a past transaction. To do so, they would have to hack thousands of computers simultaneously, which is practically impossible. This is why people are so excited about it. This structure gives cryptocurrency some unique properties. It can be censorship resistant, meaning no single entity can stop you from sending or receiving it. Transactions can be sent directly from person to person anywhere in the world, without needing a bank or another middleman to approve it. This can make transactions faster and cheaper, especially for international payments. It's a new kind of financial system, built on math and code instead of trust in institutions. It represents a fundamental shift in who controls money. So when people first hear about crypto, they often just think of it as a new way to get rich quick. And, yeah, the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies has been, honestly, incredibly volatile. Some folks have made a lot of money, while others have lost quite a bit. But if you only focus on the price, you're really missing the bigger picture here. The true importance of cryptocurrency isn't just about creating a new asset to trade. It's actually about building a whole new financial infrastructure that's more open, transparent, and accessible to everyone on the planet. This new system is often called DeFi, which stands for decentralized finance. Now think about all the things you do with a traditional bank. You can save money, get a loan, earn interest, and exchange currencies, right? Well, DeFi aims to rebuild all of those services on the blockchain, but without the need for a bank as a middleman. For example, there are these decentralized lending platforms where you can lend out your crypto and earn some interest, or you can borrow crypto by putting up your own crypto as collateral. The rules are all programmed into the system using something called smart contracts. These are basically automated agreements that execute themselves when certain conditions are met. And this is honestly a total game changer for billions of people around the world who don't have access to traditional banking. Over 1.4 billion adults globally are considered unbanked. Maybe they don't have enough money to open an account, or they lack the right identification, or sometimes the nearest bank branch is hundreds of miles away. With crypto and DeFi, all you really need is a smartphone and an internet connection. You can actually become your own bank. You can save, borrow, and transact with anyone in the world, which gives people in developing nations access to financial tools they've just never had before. But it doesn't stop at banking. Crypto is also creating entirely new models for ownership. Take NFTs or non-fungible tokens, for example. While they kinda got a wild reputation for being pictures of cartoon apes, the underlying technology is super powerful. An NFT is basically a unique digital certificate of ownership recorded on the blockchain. Sure, it can prove ownership of digital art, but it could also represent ownership of a house, a car, a concert ticket, or even a share of a company. It creates a way to have true, verifiable ownership of digital items for the first time, and that opens up all kinds of new economies and ways for creators to monetize their work directly. Now let's bring our two main characters together. What happens when you combine the intelligent, pattern-finding brain of AI with the decentralized, transparent foundation of cryptocurrency? You get a powerful combination that is poised to completely shake up the financial world as we know it. This isn't a battle of AI versus crypto, it's a partnership. They complement each other perfectly. AI provides the intelligence to navigate the complex world of crypto, and crypto provides a new, open financial system for AI to operate within. It's a match made in digital heaven. One of the most exciting areas where they team up is in what's called predictive analytics for the crypto market. The crypto market is famous for its wild price swings. It's open 24/7 and influenced by everything from global news to a single tweet. For a human trader, it's impossible to keep up. But an AI can be trained to monitor millions of data points in real time. It can analyze social media sentiment, read news articles, track trading volume, and identify complex patterns on the blockchain itself. It can then use all this information to make predictions about where the market might be heading, giving investors a powerful edge. AI is also making the world of decentralized finance, or DeFi, safer and more accessible. DeFi can be the Wild West. Because it's so new, there are risks of bugs in the smart contracts or clever exploits that can lead to people losing their funds. AI-powered tools are now being developed to audit and analyze these smart contracts automatically. They can scan the code for potential vulnerabilities before they are exploited, acting like a super smart security guard for the DeFi space. This helps build trust and makes it safer for everyday users to participate and earn interest on their crypto. Furthermore, the combination is creating entirely new types of financial products. Imagine an AI-managed investment fund that operates completely on the blockchain. It would be totally transparent. You could see every trade it makes in real time on the public ledger. The AI could automatically shift investments between different cryptocurrencies and DeFi protocols to maximize returns or minimize risk based on its analysis of the market. This creates what are sometimes called decentralized autonomous organizations, or DAOs, where an AI or a community can manage a pool of funds according to a set of programmed rules, without any human managers in the middle. Okay, so all of this sounds interesting, but how do you actually get started? It can feel like trying to jump onto a moving train, but don't worry, the first steps are actually quite simple. The very first thing you'll need is a place to buy cryptocurrency. The easiest way for a beginner is through a centralized cryptocurrency exchange. Think of these like the stock brokerage of the crypto world. Reputable exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken, or Binance provide a user-friendly platform where you can connect your bank account and buy cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum using your regular money. Once you sign up for an exchange, you'll need to go through a verification process. This is a standard procedure called KYC, or Know Your Customer. You'll likely need to provide a photo of your ID, like a driver's license, and maybe take a selfie. This is a security measure to prevent fraud and comply with regulations, just like when you open a new bank account. While it might feel a bit invasive, using a reputable exchange that follows these rules is the safest way to begin. It ensures the platform is legitimate and adds a layer of protection to your account. After you're verified, you can deposit money and make your first purchase. My advice for absolute beginners is to start small, very small. Don't invest any money that you aren't prepared to lose. The crypto market is volatile. Think of your first purchase as paying for an education. Buy a small amount of one of the more established cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, BTC, or Ethereum, ETH. These are the two largest and have the longest track record. The goal here isn't to get rich overnight, it's to get comfortable with the process of buying, holding, and seeing how the value changes. The next step is to think about security. While leaving your crypto on the exchange where you bought it is convenient, it's not the most secure option. The saying in the crypto world is, not your keys, not your coins. This means if the exchange holds your crypto, they ultimately control it. For better security, especially as you accumulate more, you should learn about crypto wallets. A hot wallet is a software wallet on your phone or computer, and a cold wallet is a physical device like a USB stick that keeps your crypto completely offline. We'll talk more about security next, but starting with a reputable exchange is your key first step. The crypto world is exciting, but because it's new and largely unregulated, it also attracts a lot of scammers. Being aware of the common tricks is the best way to protect yourself and your money. One of the most common scams is the giveaway scam. You might see a post on social media from what looks like a famous person or a major crypto company promising to double any crypto you send to their address. They'll say, send 1 Bitcoin, get 2 Bitcoin back. This is always a scam. Legitimate giveaways will never ask you to send them money first. It's a simple trick to get you to send your crypto away forever. Another major threat is phishing. This is when scammers try to trick you into giving them your personal information, like your exchange password or your wallet's private keys. They might send you an email that looks like it's from your exchange saying there's a problem with your account and you need to click a link to fix it. That link will take you to a fake website that looks identical to the real one. When you type in your login details, the scammers capture them. Always double-check the website URL and be very suspicious of unsolicited emails or messages asking for your information. You also need to be extremely careful with your private key or seed phrase. When you set up a personal crypto wallet, it will give you a list of 12 or 24 random words. This is your seed phrase. It's the master key to your entire wallet. Anyone who has this phrase can access and steal all of your crypto. You should write it down on a piece of paper and store it in a safe, secure, physical location. Never store it as a digital file on your computer or phone, and never, ever share it with anyone. No legitimate support person will ever ask you for your seed phrase. Finally, be wary of promises of guaranteed high returns. You will see projects and influencers promising that a certain new coin is the next Bitcoin and is guaranteed to make you rich with no risk. This is a huge red flag. All investing carries risk, and crypto is on the high risk end of the spectrum. Do your own research. Don't just trust a random person on the internet. Look into who the team behind a project is, what problem the project is trying to solve, and whether it has a real working product. Slow and steady research wins the race and keeps you safe from scams. So there you have it. We've journeyed through the worlds of artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency. We've seen that AI is not a sci-fi villain but a powerful tool for finding patterns, making finance smarter and more secure. We've learned that cryptocurrency is more than just digital money. It's the foundation for a new, open, and decentralized financial system. When these two technologies come together, they create a force that is fundamentally reshaping how we save, spend, and invest. This isn't a trend that's happening in some distant future. It's happening right now, today, on July 16, 2025. The key takeaway is that you have an opportunity to be part of this change. The old walls of traditional finance are starting to crumble, and in their place something more accessible and transparent is being built. It can seem intimidating, but as we've discussed, getting started is simpler than you think. Start small, prioritize learning over earning, and always focus on security. The goal is not to become a crypto millionaire overnight. The goal is to understand the technology that will define the future of money so you can make informed decisions for yourself and your financial well-being. This is just the beginning of the conversation. There is so much more to learn, from the specifics of different DeFi protocols to advanced strategies for portfolio management. The most important thing you can do is stay curious and keep learning. Read, watch videos, and engage with the community, but always with a healthy dose of skepticism. Don't fall for the hype. Instead, focus on the fundamental technology and the real-world problems it solves. This is your journey, and knowledge is your most valuable asset. The financial landscape is changing, and those who adapt will be the ones who thrive. And now, for the gift I promised you at the beginning. As a thank you for joining me today, I want to give you my Crypto Starter Pack absolutely free. It's a simple one-page checklist that walks you through setting up your first exchange account, making your first purchase, and securing your new assets. It also includes a list of common scams to watch out for. To get it, all you have to do is subscribe to my newsletter. You'll get more content like this, breaking down complex financial topics into simple, actionable steps. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.